All right, everybody, I'm super excited. I am Stephanie Don, #1 earner with It Works Global, been in for almost 14 years. And I am super excited for tonight because we're going to talk about consistency and enrolling distributors and how you can do that too. And we have an amazing guest that's going to be joining. But, when I think about Haley and I look at what she's done, I see some traits that just think about when you're doing this. She is so positive. I see her with her daily, um, her devotionals. She's putting the Lord first. She's doing all of the right things. She's constantly smiling, and just, you can tell she truly loves living her life. And that speaks volumes in itself too, because she is attracting the right kind of people to her business. So I don't want to take anything away from her on that. I just wanted to let her know, like, I see you. I'm super proud of you. And I know everybody on the Zoom wants to know, Haley, like, how are you enrolling all of these distributors, but not just one month, consistently, month after month. And so I'm excited for you to share a little bit about that. So you guys, drop a 1 if you are ready to hear all of Haley's like go-tos and what she's been doing. I knew they would want the 1. So you should be able to unmute Haley. So will you let everybody know it's Haley Light? I think I said that correctly. I had it wrong on the image, but just share a little bit about who you are, how long you've been in, kind of that little bit of a journey.
Yeah. Hi guys. You pronounced it right, Steph. You're good. Literally gonna make me cry already on the Zoom. Oh my gosh, you're
Aw.
so hi guys, I'm Haley. I have been in the business a little over 4 years. And it's crazy to think about the person that I am now versus the person that I was when I got started in this business. Because all the things that Stephanie was saying, like, yes, like I am those traits now, but that really wasn't who I was 4 years ago before I started this business. And it's completely changed me from the inside out. I was miserable, guys. I had just graduated with my bachelor's degree in chemistry. And I also had like a minor in theater and criminology. And I literally like had so many minors. And multicultural studies. Like I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And this business actually just kept like showing up on my Instagram. And I did try the products. I do want to say that I was a customer for like almost 6 months. And I was trying the products and I did like them, but I just never felt like that pull or even got asked to like be a distributor. And it was just funny because I was actually following 2 It Works girls. One girl I was buying products from and one obviously that I was not. And it's funny, I ended up joining the one who I did not buy products from. And I joined her because she kept asking me if I was interested in the opportunity and was posting day in and day out. And there was just something in my heart that was telling me, you need to do this. And I don't know, drop a 2 if you guys felt that way. Like the first time you saw the opportunity, or maybe the second or the third time, you just felt this pull in your heart. Like, I think I could do this. Like, even though I had 80 followers on my Instagram and I had 100 friends on Facebook, I had no idea what I was doing. Like less than 200 people to talk to in my whole life. Like I'm from a small Southern town. I was like, I think I could do this. And then when she told me like the price to get started, I was like, oh no, like I'm actually broke. Like I work 3 jobs. I'm about to go to graduate school full time. And I don't even have $100 a month for my groceries. Like I cannot afford to get started. And she was like, well, if you really want to do it, you'll find a way. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, that's a good point. And I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I guess if I like really am passionate about it, like everything I've been passionate about in my life, I found a way to do it. So I sold my clothes to a consignment shop. And that's how I got the money to join the business. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about, I could have done that earlier. I could have, right? But like God's plan, like literally, I know that I joined at the right time because right when I got started, guys, I just like flew. Like I got the money, I cashed that check, I put it in my bank account, I pressed start my business, and I hit my first goal, which now we call Four and a Friend, in 72 hours because I was so on fire for the business and I was so on fire to be successful. And then obviously like we had a Ruby bonus come out and I was like, oh, like, I don't know what that is. And I don't know what it takes, but I'm doing it. Like, I don't care. Like I'm doing it. And I had never seen $500 in my bank account. Like I didn't know, right? But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. It's never been done before for me, but I'll go for it. And I did it. I literally did it in my first 45 days. There was no excuses, like no excuses. Like my family, my friends didn't support me. My mom was calling me almost every day. It was a scam. Haley, quit. You're embarrassing us. Like literally all the time. Like there was so much negativity surrounding me, but I honestly just didn't care because I was just so excited about changing my life. And I knew there was a reason I was in this business. So fast forward like 6 months, I actually ended up going to conference. My leader told me, like, literally just said these words, was like, you're special and you need to get there. And that was all I needed to hear. I took the money out of my savings. I did not care. I literally was like, I'm going. And the moment that I like saw the girls that I see like right here on Zoom that you guys see, and I saw them and they were like, Haley, and like all rushed to me. And I remember I just started crying because I was like, this is the community. This is the support. This is the love that I have been missing like my entire life. Like, this is what this is what I need. This is what I want. And I remember the whole time at conference, we saw all these ladies go up, right? And they were all sharing their stories. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. All of these top income earners, all of top 10, they're all completely different. They all had so many different stories, different ages, different backgrounds. And I was like, whoa, if they could do it, why not me? Like, why not? Right? So I remember I came back. This is such a pivotal moment in my story. I came back, like flew back. We were in Maryland, me and my now husband, we were dating at the time. Obviously, we were 13 hours from home. We're in Maryland. He comes and picks me up from the airport and he goes, how was conference? I said, I am quitting all of my jobs. I am leaving school and I'm going all in. I said, there's a diamond bonus. It was $10,000. Now it's $20,000, right? There was a double bonus that was 15. Now it's so much more, guys. And I was like, I'm getting them all. And he's like, well, wait a minute. He's like, this is like this is not your only income. Like the jobs like that we have, they pay the bills. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I was like, I'm going to do it. I was like, because I'm either going to swim or I'm going to sink. And I can tell you right now, I'm not going to sink. I'm going to swim and I'm going to do it. And I did it. I literally promoted to diamond and I promoted to double diamond. And I was like the only one working on my team, right? And I learned very quickly after that, after getting both of those bonuses, you need a team. Like you need people to run with. You need a family, right? You need people behind you. And I learned that on my way to Triple. We moved to Florida because honestly, my husband graduated early with his master's. I was like, let's move. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I don't like Maryland. Let's live in Florida. He's like, okay, let's do it. And so we moved and I'm so glad that we did because we were actually going on year 3 here and we absolutely love it. I don't see us living anywhere else. And we live in our dream apartment and we have our car and I'm literally just so blessed because honestly, like God placing this business, like from the moment that he had this beautiful, glorious plan that I had no idea. Like I didn't even know what a relationship was with him. And because of this business, like I have that now. And that's probably the best thing about the business is having a relationship with him. So that's my story.
That's so powerful. It's so good. And you guys, her story was a lot, right? Like the obstacles, her mom saying it's a scam, like that's supposed to be your number one support is usually, especially with girls, right? Our moms, we just speak life over our kids. So, she knew right from the get-go, she was going to battle some hard obstacles. So, if you're new or if you've been in, those obstacles don't go away. They're going to continue on. We just learn how to push through them and to move on. And how do we handle it? I think that's the best thing that we can do is I have been told no or unread. I don't know how many times. And I'm like, do you know the opportunity that I'm about to offer you? Like, it just blows my mind. And you guys, you get it. We know what we have our hands on. And so once you get that, like, I don't care mindset, like Haley did, is like, I'm going all in. She didn't even know what she was doing. That ignorance on fire that I've heard Joel say multiple times is contagious. And the thing is there's so many of the hows, but what's important is the why. She knew why. She knew what she wanted. She didn't care about the hows. There's multiple ways to do the hows. And I think sometimes we overthink those things. Hearing that you only had a couple hundred friends on social media and thinking, she's going to find a way to make this happen. And so, looking back or looking now at a new distributor, maybe they're like, Haley, I don't know. I want Ruby. I want Diamond. I'm all in. Like everybody on the Zoom they're all in. We're ready to go. what would you say to somebody that's like, I only have a couple hundred friends, but I'm willing to do it? What would you tell them to do?
Oh my gosh, number one, grow your network and get out there. Like literally like put your face on social media. And the way that I did that was like getting loud about who I was, even when I was like didn't know what I was doing, right? I didn't know how to do stories. Stories were new. Like when I joined, stories were brand new. We have so many things to utilize now. Like that is literally such a blessing, like TikTok and reels and stories. And I do all those things. But listen, I still do what I've done for the past 4 years, which is manually follow on Facebook and manually follow on Instagram. I don't miss a day. I don't miss a day. I'm consistent. I've been consistent from the beginning. And it was funny because I had one of my girls here and she was joking. We were out to lunch and she was like, Haley, how long do you think you've been consistent on stories? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, probably like, I don't know, maybe a year. I was like, I don't know, my honeymoon, right? And my wedding, I probably took time off my stories then. She was like, well, let me just see. She takes my phone. I'm driving. She takes my phone because you can go back to your archives and see when you posted. She went back and she goes, oh my God, Haley, I'm in 2019. And she keeps going. She goes, Haley, you've been consistent since the second week of your business of posting every single day to your stories. Even if it was just one time, you've posted every single day. And I'm like, no way. Like, I didn't even know that. And like, that is what I'm telling you guys. Like, don't focus on the fact that maybe you haven't been consistent up until now. Choose today to be consistent and get on your story, show your life, show yourself. Like, that's who people want to see. Like the products are amazing and the business opportunity is amazing. Get loud about that. Heck yeah. But what about you? And I have my girls, we do 5 pillars, like 5 things outside of the business that make you who you are, right? That you want to show every single day on your social media. And this is what we teach our teams, literally. And for me, Jesus, like I love food. I really do. You're going to see food. You're going to see me eating out. Like I love food. My husband's a great cook. I love my dog, my husband, and Florida, like the sunshine, the palm trees, going out, going to the beach, whatever it may be. Those are the 5 things that I love to show on a daily basis, or at least like 5 times a week basis outside of the business. And again, my days are different. Sometimes they look different, right? Sometimes we're in Punta Cana on a trip. You know what I mean? Like things look different, but on a day-to-day consistent basis, I have 5 things that I make sure that I am very consistent about showing. And that's how I've grown my network. People have referred to me, like their friends are coming over, the friends of friends, right? And as far as following, because I get this question a lot and I want to be specific about this stuff. As far as following, I am very consistent, not just following somebody's friends. I follow the people who are active. And I know you're like, Haley, how are you following people who are active? I will go on my main newsfeed and I see a girl who maybe posted like a cute beach picture. It says 264 likes. Those are people who are active on social media. So I will go and I will literally follow 25, 30 of those girls and then go to the next one, Like that is just how I function, right? And so I follow 50 in the morning and 50 at night every day. Facebook is different. I have to do 30 on Facebook and then 30 at night because it's a little bit more temperamental. But I know everybody's social media is different, but honestly, guys, that is how I've done it literally for the past 4.5 years. And that is how I've personally grown my network. So that's my tip as far as like you're wanting to grow your network, start manually.
That is such a huge goal because if you have the same people seeing it all the time, you're not growing your network. And so you have to go, I'm going to grow my network. I'm going to do all the things to make that happen. I love that you said you follow people like, okay, do they have likes? Do they have interests? Like, who would you want if they did a post? Would they get interaction on that? Would they get people commenting? Would they be able to reach out and have them invite people for a messenger party? And I think sometimes we forget to take a little bit more time to do something like that rather than just going and clicking and just adding a bunch of people. So I love that tip because that's me. It might take me a little bit longer to like, did I have a conversation with this person? Who are they? But it really makes a difference on who you're reaching out to, and you grow your network. I feel like much faster sometimes like that. So I love that. So what did you find that grew your network the most? Was it TikTok? Was it Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels? Maybe it was all of the things. Did you find one platform that really kind of boosted your reach?
So I was doing good. I delayed myself on TikTok. So that's why I tell people to be consistent now, because I was the girl that waited to like actually put in the work on TikTok. And then I would, and everybody else around me is popping off and I'm not. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And that's the worst question I could have asked, is what am I doing wrong? Because you're never doing anything wrong, right? It's just God literally being like, listen, the blessing's coming. Look, it's in the neighborhood. It's making its way to you next. You just have to be patient. And so I did, and I stood there and I realized I didn't have enough faith in what I was actually putting the work into. And that's where I was honestly delaying my blessings. And so once I actually started believing and having faith that God would bless the work that I was doing, that's when I saw everything to come to fruition. I was like, whoa, I was getting so many followers from TikTok. People were coming to my Instagram. Like, I grew my followers so crazy on TikTok, but I was rerouting them to my Instagram when they wanted info about, you know, the coffee that I posted my results for, or the business opportunity that I was saying all these things that I did. I would tell them, hey, go fill out the influencer application in my Instagram bio, right? Message me the word coffee on my Instagram. And that's how I was getting it, right? And Facebook, honestly, like my followers on my Facebook, all from Facebook Reels. Like, I don't even know how 22,000 followers came to be, but it literally was just like videos of like me and my husband that would blow up, and then videos of myself that would blow up about the business opportunity or my results. Like, and it's funny because with Facebook, the reason I say to stay consistent with Facebook, and I do want to say this because I feel like so many people give up on Facebook right before like it blows up, like right before it comes to the surface. I'm telling you guys, all my Facebook Reels blow up literally 2 months after I post them. 2 months, 3 months after I post them. I'm like, whoa, this one's blowing up from November. This one's blowing up from December. It's literally the work that I put in 2 to 3 months ago, and it's popping off right when I need it. It was so funny when Christmas cash was happening and like all these bonuses were happening. I'd be like, God, I really, really want, you know, this X amount of bonuses. But I really, and I know you're giving me all these customers, and listen, I'm grateful. Drop a 3 if you've ever received customers when you need distributors, or distributors when you need customers, right? And you're like, this isn't what I need. This isn't what I'm asking for. But at the end of the day, listen, he knows what you need, and he's going to bring it in his way, not yours. And for me, I was looking at something that I was receiving, like distributors, whenever I was really looking for customers, and not realizing, hey, those distributors are actually going to bring in volume, which is what you need. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. So I just want you to know that everything that you're asking for, it's not going to come the way you want. It's going to come the way that he wants. It's going to come the way that he wants it to come. So you have to trust that the work that you're putting in, it's always blessed. So in those Facebook Reels, I was like, I really need something to pop off. Come on. And I realized it would literally pop off so delayed. I had to stay consistent with it. I would post for a week and then stop, right? And I would post for 2 weeks and then stop. And I'm reaching out to other girls that are doing well on Facebook Reels, and they're like, Haley, why do you keep stopping? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not seeing the results. They're like, yeah, but that's because you keep stopping right before it's about to just break the surface and you're about to see all the results. So stay consistent with everything. Literally Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I take a TikTok video, watermark and all, post it to Facebook. I take the watermark off for Instagram because I know that they say that it doesn't really like go super far with the watermark on. So I do take it off of that. But Facebook, I've had so many Facebooks blow up with the watermark on it. It doesn't matter. Use the same caption, everything, like literally 200,000 views with a watermark on it on Facebook. It doesn't matter. So whatever, I'm the girl that creates like crazy algorithm, like rules in my head. They don't exist. Okay. They don't exist. And when you post it and you believe that it's actually going to take off, I promise that it will. So that's my tip for those.
I'm reading some of the comments, and I want you guys to know something that, you know, so many people are going to ghost you. You can't focus on that. You're going to get more of that. What I want you to do is get your mind right, that you're going to do the work. And like she said, the right people are going to come because you're doing the work and you're focused on that next customer, on how you can help them with our products, that next distributor, and how maybe you can offer them the opportunity, how they could make a $500, and what would that do for their family instead of the ones that are ghosting you, the ones that aren't reading your messages. Those do nothing but distract you and get you in your mind that that's what you're attracting. And so what you speak, what you believe, how you focus, what your mind is on is what you're going to get. And I don't say that to be like mean or like crazy, that is truth. That is when you catch yourself, it's just a good reminder of like, okay, I was reminded of this tonight. Like, I'm going to do the work, what Haley has suggested. I'm going to do the reels. I'm going to trust the process. I think most people want it. Of course we do right now. We want it so bad that we can taste that, right? But are you willing to put in the work that these top leaders are doing, that the consistent leaders are doing? Because you see everything that they've done for the last 4 years, the last 6 months, however long they've been consistent, that you think that it's been just a couple days and it's like magic. Like, I think people think, like, for me, they're like, well, that just happened. I was like, no, I had to go into physical people's homes and wrap them. You guys don't even know what that is. Like, you'd be like, I can't do that. So, you forget those chapters that you haven't read. And so I want you to know, you got to believe in yourself. We know that the products work. We've got great before and after pictures, and trust the process and know, okay, you guys are doing the right things. It might be wording. It might be like, hey, I know that I've talked to you before about the business. Are you still interested? Maybe you just got busy and you forgot to message me back. Like, always think that they're just busy and they forgot to message you, because I know for me, that's the majority of it. I am the queen of like, I'll get back to you. And then I get 800 messages and I forgot who I said I'll message you. So I'm sure I've done that to many of you, and you guys are like, yep, she's done that to me. But we're human, right? Like, we're human. So if you want something bad enough, don't think that, oh, they don't like you or they don't want to get to you. They're probably just busy. And there's that. There might be an obstacle like, hey, maybe you're tight on money. Is there a certain day that you get paid? So we want to make sure that you can get through those obstacles too. But I know one of the things is, for distributors, like, because you're so consistent, do you reach out to people? Are they people reaching out to you? Is it a combination?
I feel like bad saying this, but it's everything. Like, I'm so serious when I tell you it's one person messaging me from a story. It's another person answering me from an Instagram cold message. It's another person commenting on my Facebook little color background post that I said, hey ladies, I've got 3 spots open to work from home. Like, who's needing an extra income, extra cash on the side? It's literally people messaging me from TikTok. It's somebody, I don't know if I said filling out my influencer application, but there's that. Like, it's literally a follow-up. They finally answered my 5th follow-up and they're ready, because it was that one follow-up and that one specific time that they were like, okay, this is it. You know what I mean? It's a life post. It's me posting on Instagram and then being like, actually, listen, I know you messaged me before, but I actually really loved your most recent post, and I just think I'm like meant to be on your team. Like, that happens. And it's literally all the things. And it doesn't take a lot of time to do that kind of stuff. Because like I said, the videos that I'm making on TikTok are going on Facebook and Instagram. The stories that I post are on Instagram and Facebook. They connect to both. My Facebook posts are simple. I'll even get inspired by other top leaders and what they post. And I'm like, oh, they posted this like 5 days ago. Let me post this color background post, because if it worked for her, it's going to work for me. And I'm like that girl that's like, I'm going to post it with a pink one because she posted it with a pink one. Like, that's who I am. Like, I don't like to remake the wheel. If it worked for her, it can work for me. And that's what I tell my girls. If you see something that I posted or that I did and you liked it, redo it. Like, redo it. Do the same thing. If I didn't want you to, my stuff wouldn't be public. And that goes for every single one of you on this Zoom. If I didn't want you to actually be inspired by what I do and go and do that for yourself, I would not have my profile public. Right. And I truly believe that when we actually like hoard what we know and like, obviously, like, things that we're successful at, and we keep that from people, or special things, I truly believe like we can't receive all the blessings that God has for us if we're not willing to give. You guys have to have a giving heart, right? And share what's working for your team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Steph asking me to get on this Zoom. I'm like, all right, what can I specifically tell them that's going to help them be successful? I need to talk about specific following. This is the exact thing I do, because at the end of the day, I want you guys to go out and be successful, because I remember being on the other end of that Zoom and like, where's all the tips? Like I want to do everything that she's doing because I want to go and be successful. And exactly, copy the right cat. That's what I do. Like for me, like I'll still do that to this day with like little things like that, like a Facebook post or something that I love, or a story, like story wording, TikTok wording. I'm like, hey, she posted it. Let me go do that on my own, right? And so I just feel like for me, it's not remaking the wheel, and it's having confidence in what I'm doing and making sure that I am doing it all. And don't get me wrong, I don't post to TikTok every single day. But if I'm not posting to TikTok, I'm posting to Reels, right? I'm posting to Facebook Reels. I'm posting to Instagram Reels. I'm posting to my stories. And if I didn't post the opportunity tonight, I will post it tomorrow, right? Like I didn't post it last night, but I made sure, oh, I got to post it today. I got to show my story. I haven't posted that in a little bit. In like a couple of days, let me post my story because I've got some new followers on here. Do you guys see what I'm saying? I'm not posting the same thing every single day, and I'm making sure that my stuff is like, it's new. Like, what's Haley going to post today? You get into this rhythm of posting the same thing. I started posting my coffee in the afternoon because I'm like, let's shake it up. You know, they might be tired of seeing my coffee every morning. Oh, let's open Haley's story. We know it's going to be coffee. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I like to shake things up. I want to keep my stuff creative. And I know that the only way that I can do that is by actually thinking, okay, like, what would I want to see? And I put myself in my followers' point of view, right? And my team's point of view. What would I want to see my leader posting? I would want to see her posting stuff that's different. Right. So hopefully that answers your question. I know it's kind of all over the place.
No, I love that, because here's the thing. If you want to be successful at this, you do all the things. I think, of course, you're going to have a strength in one. You're going to feel really good. And maybe it's Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. You're always going to feel like really more confident in one, but that doesn't mean that you don't utilize all the other tools, because what if Facebook goes down? There's multiple things. Or maybe you get more confident and you start to talk to people because you've been doing lives on your Facebook, and now you have the confidence to talk to people in real life. Like, oh, what kind of coffee do you drink? Does your coffee help you lose weight like it did mine? Look at my before and after picture. Oh, my coffee actually makes me money. Does yours? Like, it starts conversations that you might have never had before. So I would suggest, when people are always like, what do you do? I do everything. I will try and do it all, because you just never know. And not to get discouraged. I think, even if you were to post the same things daily, like I feel like everybody gets to see our lake is very pretty in the summer. In the winter in Michigan, it's ice covered and it's not so pretty. But when the blue skies are out, so I'm like, here's my lake. And I just told Rachel this tonight. I was like, she goes, but I love it when you post that. And so I'm like, so you're watching it. And so I'm like, okay, that means other people are watching that too. And I'm like, I'm bored because I see this every single morning. I'm not bored. Believe me, I'm very lucky, but you know what I mean? So that feeling, people are still curious. She's still drinking that dang coffee. She's still taking that. There must be something to that business, because she's posting about business again. There's an opportunity. They got another bonus that it works, so those are the things when you're like, what do I post about? You want to be consistent. I see you, Rachel, shaking your head because you know what I'm talking about. Like, you just got to do it. She loves cats. I'm like, talk about cats. There's one of your pillars. Like, you guys know probably you can write down 5 things that you love. Like, I can look at Noelle and go, she is crunchy, knows all of the natural everything. And she could be like, this is what oil you need for this, whatever, hook me up. But you know what you're passionate about, whether that's animals, the beach. I love the beach too. So I'm going to take as many pictures and videos as I can when I'm away. And I enjoy that. And then I'll recycle. But I think the main thing, guys, is don't overthink. You have everything you need if you look around and you get a different perspective. And I think sometimes we don't realize the beauty that's in our backyard, the beauty of just stepping out and looking at, like, man, my refrigerator is full because I just got a bonus of $150 and I'm so blessed. Like, things like that, you have access to so much if you choose to look for that. And so again, I feel like it comes back to mindset. Like, you have an amazing opportunity to offer to everybody. We just don't know at what time is that person going to be ready. So if you're doing the posting, if you're being consistent, what I know from that is I'm not afraid to message the people that are watching my stories, because I can go, hey, have you seen what I've been posting about? We've got a brand new product to market, and it's an appetite suppressant, and it can help you lose 24 pounds in 8 weeks. Have you seen that? And so if you haven't been posting and not spammy, like showing that you're taking that supplement every day, showing the coffee that you're making, you wouldn't be able to go back to and say that to the people that are watching your story. So I think one of the first thing for those of you that are not consistent, get consistent, like doing your stories, doing the posting. So you can go back to messaging people and say, hey, have you seen these amazing bonuses this company has offered? Like they've never done this big of bonuses before. Like, would you be open to hearing how to make money? So you've got to start now so that you can knock it out and go get these bonuses, because they're going to be gone before we know it. So there's a sense of urgency. So be consistent for a few days. So if somebody were to scroll down your page, they can see, oh, yep, she has talked about a product. Oh, yep, I see her talking. Like she takes coffee every day, whatever it is. Like you want to be able to do that, and go follow Haley. Go follow her. Go follow leaders. Don't be afraid to do that. I'm so grateful that you're willing to share, because we learn from different people. Like she could say something completely the same as me, but it comes out different, and you guys trust her. And I'm going to do whatever Haley says tonight, because I want to be like Haley, because she has been so freaking consistent. Like it's amazing. And that's why I was like, be honest, because I didn't know that about your story at the beginning, that you didn't have people supporting you and that it was hard, but you believed, you went all in and you just decided. So I think really, as I'm looking at this, can you give them a post idea that you would use in as example that works for you?
For like Facebook or like a like
Yeah,
post? What do you
Facebook. I
mean?
mean, I'm hearing it like you said, the color block,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's
So like, yeah. So the one that I'll just like copy and paste it into my phone, but I posted this recently, and it's so funny because the girl that commented on it, oh my gosh, she's amazing. She joined literally on the spot. She's been watching me for months. She joined on the spot. She's already gotten 5 customers since like in 72 hours. And she came from this post, and I posted this. So I just shared it in the chat. She's literally amazing, and you never know. That's why I stay consistent, right? Because the last 3 color background posts, I haven't signed anybody, but I wasn't going to give up and stop posting them, right? Because you just never know. And the whole thing about, staying creative and maybe shaking it up sometimes, that was literally catered for maybe girls who've been in this a couple of years, because I was even telling my husband, I'm like, I feel like I'm just posting the same stuff all the time, and it's the same like things every day. And he's like, then are you having fun with it? And I'm like, not at this moment. I'm like, I'm posting the same thing. He's like, then get creative again. Have fun with it. Get back to having fun with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Like, get out, get some fresh air, take a walk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let the ideas just start flowing to you. And at the end of the day, like, God's going to bring you all those ideas because he wants you to be successful in this business. Like, there's a reason that you're here. Like, there are literally 180 of you on here, and you guys were all handpicked for this business. God has had that prepared for you as this being a huge part of your journey. What are you doing with it? Right? Like, what he has prepared for you is preserved for you. And what is preserved for you will always prosper. Don't forget that. Like, no one can take that away from you, right? Like the diamond bonus, if you feel in your heart, I'm supposed to have that, and then I'm also supposed to have the double diamond bonus, then yeah, you're supposed to have it, right? Because that's how I felt. And I knew I could have it. And I promise you, that's not put there from the enemy. The enemy doesn't want you to have anything that's going to give God glory, right? So I can tell you right now that that is from God. And I promise you that he wants you to be successful here. You just have to actually like put in the work, put in the consistency, and have faith that every single piece of work you're putting in is blessed. Like Stephanie said, with staying consistent on multiple platforms, for me, the reason I do that is because, yeah, I actually did lose my Facebook twice. I lost it. And that was my bread and butter. And I had nothing to fall back on because I wasn't being consistent with Instagram in the very beginning. Facebook took off. I was focused on that. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Like, what? Like, TikTok wasn't even a thing at this point. So I was like, what the heck do I do? And my husband's like, I guess you got to start working Instagram. I'm like, I guess I got to figure out what to message and how to do that. Like, I took a break from that months ago. Right. And that was literally God saying, you always got to have a backup. You always got to have a backup. So work everything, because not every single platform is always going to be 100%, right? You're not always going to be mainly enrolling from one 100%, for me, that's why I enroll a little bit from everything, and
Yeah.
people come from everywhere.
I
So
love that, you guys. My Facebook got shut down, my Instagram, I never got it back. I was like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard at that. Like, what is it teaching me? That's all I kept thinking is there's going to be somebody else that loses it, or is it reminding me of what it's like to start as a brand new distributor again? You know, so there's a reason for these obstacles when they come. Again, perspective. How are you looking at that? And can you grow from it? And can you do it? And I think it just shows you that whenever you want something bad enough, you will find the way. You are unstoppable. You can do anything with Christ, right? Like, it's going to happen. So you have to, like, I have chills saying that, because when you say that and speak that, it's going to happen. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. You said it, it's going to happen. Like, it's the way. So knowing that this business can be easy, you guys, you got to have fun with it. We offer a great opportunity. Some will, some won't, and that's okay. You offered it, you did your job, and you can be like, hey, maybe this isn't for you. Do you know anybody else that's looking for income? Because I would love to share that with them, because people love to give referrals. So don't ever just stop and be like, I just got beat down. Nobody said anything. There's always a way. And so once you start learning, and don't be afraid to reach out to the person that enrolled you or to the team pages that you're in and ask, like, hey, I'm doing the things. Should I pivot? Is there another way that I can do that? So we're always going to try to guide you the best that we can. But right now, you guys, we have an amazing opportunity. There is incredible bonuses that we have never had this many bonuses at this high together in all of my years. And so there's going to be people that you see that stack these bonuses because they had their blinders on. They didn't care if they messaged people, if they did reels, they kept going, and they did things that most people wouldn't do to make these happen. And so there's seasons in this business where I'm like, you're going to feel tired. You're going to feel amped up because you're working so hard and you're going for those goals. And that's when things happen. Like, you're going to want those things, because it's not going to come because you decide to work maybe 1 hour a day. You're not going to hit a $10,000 bonus if you're working 1 hour a day. It's going to take work, but you're going to ask, what did those people do? They put in the work. They were consistent. They reached out. They were having fun. They were doing all of the things. And so that's what I want from you, to make that commitment. Like, okay, I may not know everything, but I know that I want ruby and emerald and diamond and double, whatever that is. Speak that every day. Like, I'm going diamond. I'm going diamond. I'm going diamond. And watch what starts to happen. If you're putting in that work, it's going to start to happen. So I love that, Haley, your energy. People are loving it. Like, they're excited. Like, it's just, I think sometimes people think there's all these magic words, there's all these things, and it can be simple if you're doing the things and looking at that, and just really looking back at your Facebook and your, all of your social media, and go, have I really been consistent? Like Haley has for 4 years. Have I been posting? Have I been adding to my network? I think that's the biggest thing that we all need to work on, is expanding and growing that network. Because if you're stuck, it's usually right there. It's in, what can you do to grow your network? Maybe you are good at cooking, and all of a sudden you take off because of a cooking reel or whatever that is. So don't be afraid to try those things. But I think you shared so much. I feel like you've been in for a lot longer. Like, you're so wise, and I'm like, you're not old, but I want to be like, you kind of sound old, like a veteran in this. So I was like, I'm really proud. Like, it's awesome to see, just people coming up in this business. And, somebody else on the Zoom, I'm going to be like, hey, I see you being consistent. Can you be on this Zoom? So who is it going to be? Because we love hearing from people just having success out in the field. So I appreciate you. Haley, is there any last minute, like, okay, I forgot this, or you wanted to share? You shared a lot, but.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I know that you asked like what my 6 list was,
Yeah.
and I actually did write that down, and I wanted to say that, like my daily, like, things that I do. And for me, besides growing my network, besides posting, besides like messaging, It's literally working with my team. That's a huge thing that I wanted to say, is like working with the people that you have. And on us, that means like getting on power hours and working with them, showing them things that maybe like aren't in your training. I don't know, Steph, if you have training that you give your girls, but maybe in a training that obviously like your leader doesn't have, or that you do every day and you're like, man, that's not in there. Like I do this every day. I should show someone, you know what I mean? Like get on Zoom, show your girls, like make that connection. And that's truly how, like for me, like I had so many phone calls with my leader, like literally on the phone, on FaceTime, her showing me stuff. That's how literally, like a part of the reason why I am where I am is because I was constantly asking questions and she was giving me lots of guidance. And some people need that, you know what I mean? But some people won't ask like I did. So you have to reach out to them and say, hey, I really want to show you how to follow. I know I haven't shown you that, but I'd love to send you a screen recording. Can I screen record how I follow and show you how I do that? They're going to be like, yeah, I'd love to know how to grow my network. That's, again, something simple that some of us do not teach our new girls, and they need to know that. And then the other thing that I was going to say was next day follow-ups. Like I feel like so many people can get lost because you're not writing them down. And for me, I had to start writing them down in my phone. I literally did. And I'll have to search keywords. Like following up is huge. I didn't join for 9 months. I waited for 9 months. I was 9 months of follow-ups, but there was just one follow-up, one time, one day that did it for me. And so I just want to share that with you guys, to just keep going, keep following up, because there may be another girl that's on your, like literally on your page, and she just needs a couple months of follow-ups. I don't know, right? And I know that seems like a lot of work, but I mean, I'm literally like so grateful that I followed up with so many of my girls, because they're complete rock star leaders on my team, because I didn't stop following up with them. So I just wanted to say that, Steph.
Follow up is so crucial. And it can, when you're doing the work and you feel like, oh, I can remember, just like me saying, oh, I'll remember in a text, you won't remember. So get your system down now, whether that's in that calendar, in your phone, where that is, you've got to write those names down, because it's easy to let it slip. I'm already seeing people like, oh yeah, I forgot to write this person down from January and I just followed up. Like it can get a lot if you're doing the work. So great tips, Haley. I appreciate you so much. Give her some love, you guys. Make sure you go follow her and copy the right cat, because I know that you guys are going to go after these bonus. So have an amazing week, you guys. We will see you next Monday. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.